The 5 love languages might be ruining your relationships. 3 months ago, my girlfriend cleaned my entire apartment while I was at work. I'm talking spotlessly. The dishes were done. The laundry was folded. My bathroom looked like it belonged in a luxury hotel. It was an incredible act of service. So why did I feel absolutely nothing? Scratch that. I wasn't grateful. I was annoyed. Because while she was spending 3 hours cleaning my apartment, all I wanted was to spend 1 hour with her. And that's when I realized something dangerous. What if the thing we've all been taught about love languages is completely backwards? What if the 5 love languages aren't saving relationships? What if they're secretly creating arguments, resentment, and confusion? Let's talk about it. The love language craze. If you've been anywhere near social media in the last decade, you've probably heard someone say, "My love language is physical touch," or "My love language is quality time," or the classic, "If you loved me, you'd know my love language." The idea comes from a book published in the 1990s that divided affection into 5 categories. On screen graphic, words of affirmation. "You're amazing. You mean the world to me." Acts of service, doing helpful things, cooking dinner, fixing the sink, cleaning the apartment, receiving gifts, tokens of affection, thoughtful surprises, meaningful presents, quality time, undivided attention, deep conversations, shared experiences, physical touch, hugs, hand holding, cuddling, affection. And honestly, the concept is brilliant because it gives people language for things they've always felt. But here's a quick challenge: interactive moments. Pause this video right now. Seriously, think about the last time you felt deeply loved. What happened? Was it something someone said? Something they did? A gift? Quality time? Physical touch? Which one stands out? Got it? Cool. Now, here's where things get interesting. Because modern psychology is starting to suggest that your answer may not mean what you think it means. The secret 6th language. Recent research has been challenging one of the biggest assumptions behind love languages: the assumption that everyone has one primary language. The evidence: most people don't consistently prefer only one, and couples who supposedly have matching love languages aren't automatically happier. In other words, the idea that you're a quality time person or a words of affirmation person may be way too simplistic, because human beings are more complicated than personality quizzes. Think about it. If your partner spends all day complimenting you, but never touches you, never make time for you, never helps you when you're overwhelmed, eventually those compliments start feeling hollow. Likewise, if someone buys you gifts every week but never listens when you're talking, you don't feel loved. You feel managed. So, what's the secret 6th language? It's not actually another language, it's understanding. The real need underneath all 5 categories is the feeling of being seen, known, valued, understood. That's the hidden ingredient people are actually chasing. Not a category, a connection. Mistake 1: the love attempt fallacy. This is where things start breaking down. Many people treat love languages like an ATM machine. I deposited 5 compliments. Where's my affection? I bought flowers. Where's my reward? I cleaned the house. Why aren't they happy? Because relationships don't work like vending machines. You can't insert one love language and expect emotional cash to come out. Love isn't a transaction, it's an ecosystem. Imagine eating only protein. Every meal, every day: chicken, steak, eggs, more steak. Eventually, your body would revolt, not because protein is bad, because balance matters. The same thing happens emotionally. One love language can't carry an entire relationship, no matter how much of it you provide. Mistake 2: the mistranslation trap. Remember my apartment story? That's the perfect example. My girlfriend was expressing love through acts of service. She was speaking her favorite dialect, but what I needed in that moment was quality time. Neither of us was wrong. We were simply speaking past each other. And this happens constantly. One partner says, "Look how hard I work for us." The other says, "I know, but I miss you." One partner buys gifts. The other wants affection. One partner gives advice. The other wants encouragement. Everyone is trying to love, but they're loving people the way they want to receive love, not the way their partner currently needs it. And here's the key word: currently, because your needs change. The love language you need during a stressful week isn't necessarily the one you'll need during a family crisis, a promotion, a breakup, or becoming a parent. Humans are dynamic, not fixed categories. Mistake 3: weaponizing love languages. This is the big one. The relationship killer. The coup de grace. Weaponizing love languages. You've heard versions of this before. If you loved me, you'd buy me gifts. My love language is physical touch, so you should give me a massage. My love language is quality time, so cancel your plans. Notice what's happening. The language of connection becomes the language of entitlement, and suddenly affection has a price tag. Love becomes an invoice. Intimacy becomes a contract. That's dangerous, because genuine love is offered. Manipulation is demanded. The moment someone starts using their love language as a weapon, they're no longer communicate a need. They're negotiating power. And healthy relationships can't survive long-term power struggles disguised as emotional needs. So, let's retire the language metaphor for a second. Here's a better one. Think of love like nutrition. Your body needs protein, carbohydrates, healthy fats, vitamins, water. No single food group can do everything. Relationships are the same. Words are encouragement. Time is presence. Gifts are symbols. Service is action. Touch is affection. Each one feeds something different. Each one matters. And just like nutrition, the proportions change depending on the season of life. Sometimes your partner needs extra encouragement. Sometimes they need help. Sometimes they need your attention. Sometimes they simply need a hug. The goal isn't finding your primary love language. The goal is to become emotionally multilingual. So maybe the real question isn't, what's your love language? Maybe the better question is, what kind of love does your heart need today? Because relationships don't thrive when we memorize categories. They thrive when we are curious, when we keep asking, when we keep learning, when we keep showing up. Here's your homework. For the next 24 hours, ask your partner one question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how full is your love cup? If it's not a 10, ask them, what's the smallest action I can take right now to fill up 1 point? Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. Because sometimes there is the difference between a struggling relationship and a thriving one. Isn't a grand romantic gesture. It's one small act of understanding.